I'll be honest, I didn't expect rebounding to change my body after 60. I've been active for most of my adult life, but the changes I saw once I added a rebounder were just different. So today, I want to share 5 surprising benefits of using a rebounder that no one really talks about, especially after 50. If you've been curious whether rebounding is actually worth it, this video should solve it for you. Welcome back. I'm Wendy, and I like to help women over 50 live their best life with aging well and using fitness and clean eating and just all the healthy tips, right? So let's get to it. Benefit number 1, a metabolism boost that felt different. Everyone talks about rebounding as mini cardio, but what surprised me the most was the after effect or the afterburner. Within about 2 weeks, maybe a month, I noticed my face wasn't as puffy, my stomach got flatter, and my booty lifted. So walking doesn't do that for you, and unless you really get in some hardcore cardio, which I think over 60, you don't really want to do hardcore cardio anymore. You want to look good, but you just don't really want to do hardcore cardio. And actually, it's better that you don't. I've had more success doing less with rebounding. Just with my inflammation went down. So there's a lot of foods that cause inflammation, and with doing the rebounding on a regular basis, this really helped lean that out. And by activating your lymph system, that helps the inflammation as well. But by activating that, it was just all different. Rebounding does something really unique, and that's activating your circulation and your lymphatic drainage, which helps everything reduce, right? And for those of us that are over 50, that's huge because our metabolism naturally slows with menopause, and we just hold more water and inflammation. I've walked for years and I love walking, don't get me wrong, but with rebounding, it was just different. You actually feel lighter. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that when I started rebounding, I didn't think it was for me because I didn't think it was hard enough. And turns out that I just didn't know how to use it to benefit me the most. But I got that when I'd get off the rebounder, I'd get that light feeling, almost like my body was working more efficiently. Benefit number 2, lower body changes that no one told me about. And this is the part that you'll care about the most. I noticed a flattening in my lower belly, that stubborn area that we all deal with after 50. You know, where you do everything you can and nothing changes in your lower belly. Well, this changed for me. And I wasn't doing crazy workouts. Most days I was doing 10 to 20 minute workouts, sometimes 5 minutes. I lead a pretty active life, and sometimes I just didn't have the time. But rebounding engages the deep stabilizer muscles. It was the first time I could see a difference without doing workouts or crunches. And that was honestly shocking. And I'll show you because there's proof, right? But you can see my stomach's flat. And that is not from doing crunches. That is from rebounding. So, like I said, I really don't do anything else besides rebounding, walking, occasional weights, but I don't really do core exercises as far as using weights for that. I just do rebounding. Benefit number 3, my joints felt better, not worse. which is kind of crazy at our age, right? And I'm well over 60, and I'm pretty picky about what I do because I want to be active for the long haul. So I don't want to put a lot of stress on my joints anymore. I did that in my 50s. I was very lean, and I'll show you some pictures of how lean I was because I did crazy workouts. I did insanity, like insanity and P90X, and not, I wouldn't do insanity again because that was brutal. But if you know Beachbody workouts and Shanti and Tony Horton, those guys are crazy trainers, right? So I would probably do P90X again because it wasn't that bad. But when I think about hour-long workouts, I'm just like, next. So rebounding became a workout where my knees, hips, and ankles actually felt better. And I got plantar fasciitis. I had it for like 4 or 5 months, and I would walk some, but not that often because it just hurt too much. But I could get on that rebounder and I could bounce for an hour if I wanted to, and it didn't affect the plantar fasciitis at all. So rebounding was kind of like a rehab for that plantar fasciitis, and I was still getting a great workout in. And like I said, you don't have to do an hour workout. Now, sometimes I want to do an hour workout, but that's very occasionally. So if you will just, like what I'm doing right now, because the weather is absolutely awful, I'm doing 5 to 10 minutes 3 times a day. It's just enough to get you up and moving and get your blood flowing and everything circulating, and I'm having really good success with it. So you might want to try that too. Oh, and one more point is if you are dealing with stiffness, like in the morning, if you have arthritis, you might want to try some gentle bouncing because that will loosen you up. So think about that. Benefit number 4, improved balance without doing balance exercises. Who knew? I didn't set out to improve my balance, but my balance improved. When you bounce, your body constantly makes tiny adjustments to keep you centered. This trains your stabilizers, ankles, core, and coordination without doing balance drills. Over a few months, I realized that things like stepping on a curb, carrying groceries, walking on uneven ground just became easier. And we all want that after 50 because the biggest fear that women have over 50 is falling, and we don't want to fall. I felt more confident, more stabilized, and you can see how you shift. See how I'm shifting? Woo! Just to maintain my balance. You want to be able to do that. But see how my leg's wobbling here? That's like working your core and you don't even know it's working your core. So that's priceless, right? Benefit number 5, lower stress and better sleep. Who doesn't want better sleep? We all struggle with it, especially over 50, over 60. We are struggling with sleep, trying to get in 7 hours. For me, that's hard. I'm a full-time realtor and I have 2 YouTube channels. So it's really hard for me to chill out. Rebounding, you can put your headphones on, you can get into a rhythm. You can watch a TV show, you can listen to a podcast, and you can get into a rhythm, and it's almost meditative. It lowers cortisol, boosts endorphins, and gets rid of that wired but tired feeling that we all get in midlife. I noticed I started sleeping better and deeper, and I woke up with less tension in my back and shoulders, and that was huge. If you're dealing with menopause stress, anxiety, or restless sleep, this is one of the best tools that you can use. So, who is this perfect for? You don't need to be fit to start. You just need to start. It's perfect for you if you want to lose fat without high impact workouts. You need something that's gentle for your joints. You want to improve your balance and stability. And you need an exercise that reduces stress, not add to it. You don't have time for long workouts. Even 5 minutes a day, you will be doing your body good. If you're brand new, start with gentle health bouncing. I have a whole playlist for beginners that are just starting. You don't need choreography, you just need to gently bounce until you get used to it. Keep your feet on the mat, let your body loosen up. Have you experienced any of these benefits of rebounding? Let me know in the comment section. I love to hear everybody's story and it helps our viewers as well. So drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.